call.
Mary Champagne,
Here.
Dave Tuttle,
Here.
Leonard Jones,
Here.
Reese Clayton,
Just
Here.
Mary, you want to lead us?
I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any changes in the agenda this evening?
I make a motion, we accept the agenda as presented.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Have any changes to the minutes from November 8th?
I'd like to make a
Oh,
You made a motion
to accept them?
Yeah.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that motion. Yes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thanks, Reese. Mr. Bell.
Good evening, Scott Bell, Recreational Services Director. Let's see, report. Recapping, we had our winter Learn to Skate classes, and we had 101 students that had gone through the program. So again, that we're doing great there and having a lot of success. And Tony says we have 101 already signed up for the next one. So that program's doing great. Just an FYI, City Council meeting on Monday, the Bumpus Softball Association had made an appearance. And on the agenda from Public Works was also a paving project that had been approved for the Bumpus softball area. And there are discussions about how to expand some of the parking, potentially paving, and possibly some future permanent bathrooms. So those discussions have been kind of going on, and I think in preparation for budget season. Let's see. We'll be presenting, all the department heads and directors will be presenting strategic vision to the City Council this Saturday, January 13th, 10 to 4. And at that time, I'll kind of recap the recreational services department part of this that we do and highlighting some of the following. Expanding the Music in the Park program, as I think we've talked about, trying to start the weekend of Memorial Day and then taking that through 4th of July, because it used to just be June only. So we've kind of keep expanding because we had a great season last year. So I think we keep going. Going to highlight or try to kind of upgrade the New Year's Eve fireworks show. And I'll kind of recap that a little bit later, but some ideas there. 4th of July picnic, the idea of expanding the event area, kind of along, if you've been out there where it all kind of goes on along the side, the lawn on the back side of the fire station, and kind of connect it because it's just getting way too big of an event, which is cool. And with it, we're going to try to work with the Music in the Park organizers about how to kind of connect the Music in the Park finale, but have part of their event actually at the 4th of July picnic, have it still as a whole day activity. So we're going to be presenting that. And then part of it is analyzing the city parks for the potential of adaptive and inclusive usage and possible senior fitness trail, as we've talked about through legislative requests. So we just had a meeting again with, the directors had a meeting with state representatives and state assembly this week, and we kind of presented some of our big asks. Some of it is things that the city's doing, others are state legislative asks, and others are federal asks. So there's kind of a combination of that from all the departments. So we're gonna try to look at how we can maybe do some more things to the parks through some of those financing opportunities. And then an FYI for me, next meeting, March 13th, I will not be in attendance due to the Arctic Winter Games, which are coming. And then past events report. So the big one was obviously the fireworks show. Hopefully everyone had an opportunity to check it out. Show went great. It did start a little late, and we're going to resolve that one. And a big thanks goes to Robert Hall Guerrilla Fireworks. Every year he actually makes a pretty substantial fireworks donation to the pyrotechnic company to kind of add to the event. And so a big reason why our show is so good is because of his donation with Guerrilla Fireworks. Definitely appeared to have a lot more people in attendance physically at the event, so that was pretty cool. We had Wasilla Police there at the event. Also, they assisted with traffic control, so that they had different officers, I think at 4 of the streets leading onto parks, to try to get traffic out sooner. That helped. We still have some bigger ideas next year where then they'll actually take control of parks and stop parks flow and let the traffic dump even sooner, because this year we had even more cars. I mean, this attendance at this event just is pretty impressive. It took probably 15, almost 20 minutes for most of the vehicles to get out of the area that we could see. So that's been great. Kind of looking at next year, a larger, expanding the show with kind of the idea. Right now our pyrotechnics and the show we do goes up to 3-inch shells, and part of that is the availability. It's a cheaper thing. There's different requirements, so we're looking at the possibility of going to the 4, 5, and 6-inch shells and really kind of kick the show up. So that'll be part of what I'm working on right now. And let's see, and a huge shout out to Jess Griffith and his Parks and Building and Parks Department. They did a great job. A lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes, of which included there's the trail from the parking lot that goes up to the top of the hill, because the pyrotechnic companies have to get up to the top of the hill. So they plow it, they provide sand, they had sandbags, they set up bleachers for us, they plowed all the parking lots, and probably some other things. So again,
Road sanded all of them for us too.
yeah, so
Pouring enough, which
so
is
we had a
awesome.
great team support from all the departments to really kind of help that event, so that was great. Upcoming events, Arctic Winter Games. If nobody in town has heard about that one yet, then I'd be surprised or wondering where you've been living. But again, Arctic Winter Games will be March 10th, opening ceremonies. And all at the Menard Center will be the opening, closing ceremonies. We're doing the Dene Games and also hockey. And in case anybody is interested, they are definitely looking for volunteers. So check that out if you've got some time during March for that support. Our social media, Facebook, Wasilla Park and Rec followers has gone from the last meeting from 3,160 to 3,304 followers. So we just keep gaining people that are paying attention to everything that we're doing. So that's great. And I've got one item to recap later on unfinished business, so that is the staff report. Any questions?
Quick question, Scott. What type of thanks are we putting out to Gorilla?
So it was supposed to be, so the mayor does a mayor's minute on the radio, and I think it goes to 9 or 10 different radio stations. So I believe she was putting out a thank you publicly on the radio, and then we'll, don't recall if we did anything on Facebook yet, Tammy, there, but no, we do put them on the flyers and notifications. And talk to Robert Hall there directly and always give him personal thanks. Yeah.
Maybe a letter or a certificate of thanks.
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
Considering majority of the donation comes from Gorilla, so
Yep, absolutely.
I think that would be appropriate, or at least look into being appropriate.
Yes.
So, you know, it would also probably be good PR for thank you on the Facebook page for Parks and Rec, since a lot of people instantly see that. I mean, I'm sure he greatly appreciates the in-person thank you and obviously other avenues, but it's just kind of nice to have that kind of a following and everybody knows up front, you know, who contributed.
Yeah.
Maybe get a picture of his gorilla and just, you know, make it that, I mean, you know, picture says 1,000 words, so. Anyway, thank you. Jess, did you have anything you wanted to bring to our attention?
Sure. This is working?
No.
So it's on?
Yep.
So anyway, out at Lake Lucille, the park, we're getting ready to go in and repair the dock because somebody drove into it and all the different things that people do. We're actually going to start driving piles, and our plan is hopefully in doing this, we'll be able to change a little bit of the layout and build an asphalt pad that goes up to the top eventually is the ultimate goal, and get it to the point where it's ADA compliant so people in wheelchairs and stuff can access that, because it's right now it's not there. But we've got a layout for that, and basically it's a pretty big ticket item to go in and fix all that and then remove all the stuff that's pre-existing there that's going to go away, and it'll be a whole new thing. It'll be totally different, and ADA compliant is the hope that we can reach that once we get a chance to actually sit down and go through all the grades and see if we could meet the requirement. And then we also put in a bigger parking lot out by the dog park to help with the citizens that go out there, because there's a lot of them that go out and walk their dogs. And when we did that, we also went through that whole piece of ground between the street and the dog park and took all the dead trees out, all the rest of that, and it looks amazing. And so we've been working on some bigger projects like that. We're just finishing up all of our not our fireworks, but all of our decos. We're pulling those down from Christmas and stuff that's been through all the parks and stuff. And we've added to that immensely this year. And I think we had a great turnout for that, and people just absolutely loved it. So that was awesome to get a lot of good feedback on that, which,
That's great.
Which is great for us and my guys that work for me. And then we're scheduled to supposedly start our bathroom down at Newcomb Park. So hopefully, I know some of the funds for that was they talked about on Monday and stuff, and hopefully we get all that started and start moving in a new direction there and replacing that with something more modern that fits the amount of people that actually visit that park.
Great.
That place is busy. And mostly moving a lot of snow, just with the way the weather is this year. It's been a little bit crazy, so.
Just a little bit.
But other than that, everything's going really good, and we're getting a lot of good feedback on a lot of the new changes and the cleaning up the bathrooms and putting new roofs and new doors and stuff like that. So all the guys are doing a great job, and we're looking forward to, we have a couple new items that we're searching for right now, which is a swing set for down in Nunley. We removed the old ones because they were outdated and getting to the point where they needed to be removed. So we're looking to replace those, and we're trying to figure out what exact style we want to go with that and make it more little kid friendly, because that park seems to be heavily used by the moms in town with their little kids. So we'd like to keep it something that keeps working towards that, because it's kind of nice that they have their own little place in town where all the big kids aren't overrunning them.
Yeah, that's great. Quick question, I am remiss and I have not paid too much attention to the Facebook, but are we making note on that Facebook page of Jess's accomplishments to the city Parks and Rec? What's coming up? I mean, I'd like people to be aware of what you're doing, because some people sit off on the sides and say, well, what are you guys doing?
Right.
So I think we should tout your accomplishments as much as we can and ask for comments.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
That way we've got something, like you say, you got good comments, feedback. It'd be good to see that in print, or at least someplace where we could reference it.
That sounds great. And then we also plan on, we're gonna finish paving the rest of Idetta Park this year. kind of got closed out with some of the other stuff last year where they didn't quite get in there. But all of it's been set up and ready to go so they can actually do it. So hopefully as soon as they start paving and that starts up again, then they'll finish that out, which will be amazing for the people walking.
Yeah, maybe take some pictures and get them posted.
Okay.
So just giving people something to look forward to, you know, this time of the year, obviously it's a little dark and cold.
Definitely.
But, you know, just a note to say, you know, coming this summer, upgrade to Lake Lucille, canoe dock or whatever you want to call it. And a lot of people probably don't even know it's there. And it is it's a nice little quiet spot just right outside of town.
So I think that's important to show you off, truthfully.
Okay.
Can I make a comment? When I drive through the city on a regular basis and I'm, you know, outside the city limits, I see your people working. Okay? I used to be a director of public works in Whittier, so I know what that's like to be there. And the job you do is amazing. And I agree with Mr. Tuttle that some recognition, if it's Facebook, which is your key, I fully support him putting something out there for you guys.
Thank you. We appreciate that over
And
there.
I would like to stop and say hi to him, but I don't know if I should do that or not.
Oh, don't want to interrupt their work day.
No, we don't.
The guys that love it.
I do, and 4th of July, there were so many cars. I gotta go back to 4th of July. My wife and I are out, but I could not appreciate the department doing its job, but the organization, everything flowed from what I saw, so my hat's off to you guys. It's a tough job. Tough job.
Thank you, sir.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
So, can I ask just a question? So, is there any update to like the bathrooms at Carter Park?
Carter Park, part of the issue with that, we were planning on putting new doors and stuff in and we put off on it because it's actually settling. And we're trying to figure out whether it's worth the investment to deal with that, because that whole park has issues with settling because of whatever was underneath it prior to my being here. And so there's talk about how, you know, are we gonna invest in that? What exactly where we're going with it? And right at the moment, I don't have an answer of what the overall outcome's gonna be. Like the fence moves there. I mean, everything on that whole property, it's like the pavilion that's there, it's sitting on 28 feet of pilings. That's the only reason it's stable, you know, so that's part of the issue with Carter.
It's a really nice little pocket park.
It's a
when the kids are there, it's like, where do you go, right? You know, there's just, without having some porta potties or something there for the summer.
That's what we're talking about. They were open all year and cleaned, but we're looking as far as doing the facelift and all that stuff, because with that settling, it has changed some different things. So to put new doors on it, and if we end up doing something to actually fix it or replace it or something, I have the doors for it. But in order to make them fit, to cut them into place, shows you how out of whack that building is. So that's kind of like, that's why it's been held off for a little bit until we come to a final point.
Okay.
Whether it's remove it and, like you said, go ahead and put in porta potties, or what that looks like, yeah, I don't have an answer to yet.
Thank you.
It's on the list.
On that ground I know what it's like, trying to level ground around the lakes. 'Cause you put dirt on it, and the next time you look at it, it's gone. So is there a way that we maybe could put, like a pad, like a movable pad, big steel pad?
Looking at all options right at the moment. We talked about possibly maybe driving it and lifting it, using foam to lift it. The foam cost to lift it was very, very expensive, to the point, like, what's the point of putting that into it when you could put that towards replacing it or doing something that's better and an upgrade from what that is?
So you get just soft subsoil? Is that what we have going on?
It's underneath it, because when we drive piles, when I drove those, the first 10 feet, it's like running through slime. It's just like, there's like, you know, and then when you finally get down to about 28 feet was the average on all of those, where it actually tightened up enough to hold something. So.
Welcome to the wonderful world of bog.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks again, Jess, for all you do, and like I said, I really look forward to putting some more information out there for the general public on our Facebook page. Maybe that will help drag more people into the Facebook arena also.
The other thing I had talked with the mayor about actually doing with the Facebook is we have certain groups that come in, like the Flower Club comes in and they're taking care of a whole flower planter for us, and I'm trying to call them into taking the secondary one into play and do something to where you start putting a shout out for those people that are coming in as well, because
Absolutely.
it helps grow them as well as us.
Yep,
And the
absolutely.
volunteers.
Whatever you can,
It's amazing what they do for us.
whatever you can provide to Facebook people to get it posted, get it acknowledged.
I'll talk with the mayor and make sure, obviously I gotta get clearance for all that, but as soon as I do, I'll definitely push towards that.
Yeah.
Tammy's our keeper of the Park and Rec Facebook.
Oh, okay, well then Tammy, I'm gonna be doing a lot of talking to you apparently. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
No problem.
Unfinished business. We want to go into, we need to go into executive.
I make a motion, we go into committee of the whole.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, so Parks Passport, where are we? Got any words of wisdom for us?
Yes. Let's do park passports. Sorry. So, Tammy and I have met with Luann, is that right, Tammy? That's Luann with Sustainable Design Group. So we've kind of recapped again the vision of what we're trying to accomplish. She had some family issues to take care of, but the design concepts, everything, she's already kind of begun that. So we're hoping within, I think we told her, because she does have our deadline of trying to have this by April 1st, so we can then hopefully get them printed and then get them to the school. So we're on track for everything there, and you know, the budget for her time is there, again with the goal of handling the first 4 parks. And then this budget cycle, I'll put in the rest, basically finish this project off kind of in round 2. So that's where we're at right now.
Very good. I'd ask that we make sure that everybody on the committee gets a copy of those designs.
Design?
Well, probably on a, coming in a
Oh.
PDF or
Uh-huh.
whatever. Any other comments on the Parks Passport? Okay, do we have any new business while we're in the committee of the whole? Scott, you got anything that needs to be put out the flagpole?
No.
Okay. I think we can come out of,
I make a motion, we exit the committee of the whole.
I'll second that.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any additional thoughts, comments from Jesse, Scott?
Real quick, just, talked about, and very impressive here. I drove by the park during the New Year, and it was incredible how many people stood up here. With how much snow we had, the staff did an amazing job clearing, and it's a very awesome here. So I just want to say again, thank you to all of the people that made it happen here. Really, really did a good job.
Okay,
Referring to the fireworks show, I believe.
pretty sure that's what,
So it kind of, not new business, but further is, big part of maybe for the commission is we're gonna be beginning to go into the budget cycle. So if there's some things that you guys wanna see that, if I haven't already presented it to you, anything that's a priority, you know, again, we're looking at every angle, how to kind of take everything to the next level, you know, all the parks legislation money, grant money, whatever. So if there's anything that the commission is wanting to, that you think will have a financial impact or something, a new idea that would have an impact, make sure, say by the next meeting that I have that info, because those presentations will start.
I would like to ask Tammy if she can review the last couple of years of our budgetary asks that we keep. I mean, there's a lot of things that we've asked for that we've never been able to bring to the full front because budgetary dollars are slim to none. So I would like to just revisit some of those because they may tag up with some of the processes that you're looking at now. And if we could, spend some of that time and be able to look back and say, well, here's something we talked about before that we're finally bringing to the top. So we've spent a lot of time on budgets. Right, Mary?
I would say right now is the right time to figure out our budget. A lot of stuff being several last year, so getting a budget of like the month day is very quick.
Having a real time. Yes. Maybe send that your thought pattern to Tammy.
Here, can you guys hear me now?
Almost.
I think having a modest budget is very important.
Anybody else?
I can't hear you, Reese.
Hear you, but can't understand you.
Here, can you hear me now?
Ooh,
Now, how you been?
He's off.
back to the phone. So, what were you trying to get to us?
No worries. Having a modern day budget is very important.
We can
Yes.
hear you now. Go ahead and repeat it.
Woo!
Well, it is very important. We need to keep everything that's possible for us to do, to take the time, that we took the time to do before, is bringing them and at least looking them over, reviewing them to see if they maintain or if they could dovetail to the current processes. Okay. So we can do that. Reese, you got any other comments?
Nope. Again, I just wanted to say thank you to the city for the great maintenance this year. It's been really awesome so far. We've had an amazing lot of snow this winter, and they've been awesome at not only plowing the roads, but plowing our parks out and everything. It's been wonderful to see.
Yes, I agree. Okay, thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Take care, guys.
So the next meeting is March 13th at 6 here.
Dave,
Huh?
I wanted to say thank you to all the entities that put up the holiday lights this year, because it's really been nice. It's been dark and cold, and all those bright lights really do help.
Yep, I do.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Good
much.
job. You did a great job.
All right, any other?
Reese Clayton.
Has left.
And
You're gone for the March meeting. Okay.
Okay, so no other comments? Send it adjourned.
Was entered?
Do you have?
I'm good. I'll see you at the next meeting. Okay, I do have a question.
Shoot.
You're all there watching me. Your budget